All right, DFO power level tier list, let's go.
We're starting with good old Mr. Mailslayer himself, the man cursed by the ghost of Kazan.
I'd feel sorry for myself, too, if my FAP arm is sealed off. Yet somehow, despite the overwhelming odds, he's managed to become the face of the game.
I'll just start by saying this. Fuck male slayers.
You can say what you feel about Slayers, Don, but we still have to do this power level tier list. Let's start off with Blademaster, or Weapon Master as the cool kids call him.
Weapon Master my ass. It's not even viable to use multiple weapons anymore.
Yes, it fucking is, you mongoloid. There is a distinct advantage to be able to switch weapons in PvP.
How the fuck is PvP relevant to this discussion, you decrepit fossil from 40 Cap? Blademaster is the correct name. Nobody wants to bother with reinforcing and maintaining option levels of more than one weapon.
Power levels, gentlemen. We're talking about power levels, not how the class fares in the current state of the game.
Weapon Master definitely belongs in upper D tier. I mean, come on, all he does is swing swords.
Swing swords so hard he shatters the earth and cleaves mountains? Get your fucking eyes checked, sleepy-eyed Joe. That's at least a high C tier.
He can also just think about swords and they appear. He doesn't even need to hold a sword to cut you. I'd say that's a cut above D tier.
He's basically the main character of the game.
The guy suddenly becomes better when his arm turns white, huh? B tier would be like being able to destroy large parts of the environment with ease, so I'd say he goes there. Next up is Soulbender.
Is that a new style from the Legend of Korra?
Soul fucking Bender, Joe. The guy who gets iframes from walking.
Oh, that douchebag. He has a cut-in for his 40 skill for some reason. Scared the shit out of me when I saw it.
They think it's cool because he does the anime swordsman cuts through you slash. Not even Weapon Master had that skill for a while. Anyway, Soulbender is C tier, above WM.
Am I tripping? Soulbender? No way in hell he's C tier. He's the Lord of fucking hell. We're talking about the guy who managed to master the ghost possessing his arm and gained command of legions of others. Then he got permission to open the fucking gate of the underworld in his 3A. Think about that. You die if you so much as look at it.
I don't know about being a lord, but doesn't he just summon ghosts and shit? Just call in a priest and read off a verse from the Bible. Even exorcists can do his circle shit better. I can probably take him.
SB in a tier. Moving on. Berserker.
Mr. Clifford himself.
Man, fuck that guy. I was fighting one of those things in PvP and I was about to kill him when all of a sudden he just recovered like a third of his HP for free. And then he did his 45 and killed me instantly.
Skill issue.
Berserker is a funny one. At first, he pretty much just surrenders himself to the powers of Kazan. Then he managed to get some blood power from 2A, and that somehow released Kazan's influence from him. Then he turns into a crab.
He has AIDS. I wouldn't want to stick around in a guy who has HIV either.
All he does is shoot his period blood at people, right? Boring. C tier.
I will have to agree. Next is Asura.
Motherfucking blindy.
Those guys are annoying to fight. They freeze you, then reset you with a fire move, then they just combo you to death.
Hey, this is the asshole who kept on spamming apps to my party the other day. I told him to fuck off, but he came back with a whole legion of them. Why the fuck are they trying to party with the proc build?
I never quite get Asura. How the fuck were they able to trade their site with Kazan? Where did this whole wave thing come from? This kind of reminds me like when Eula was released. Who the fuck is she, and if she's so important, why haven't we heard of her before? This is just bad writing.
Except Asuras were in the game at the start, dumbass. They knew what they were doing with him, I think. He goes Super Saiyan Blue later.
Hey, this says here that his second and third Awakened lore are passages from a book. There's a fucking book that teaches you how to be Asura.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yo, this has to be the funniest shit I've ever seen. Is that in Braille or something?
This guy third awakens by just learning how to read.
He destroys some part of Ekon in his third awakening. I think that's pretty impressive for our Indian fella. I'd say B tier, maybe above Weapon Master.
He just stabs the floor and the whole place explodes? Sounds like to me he's a better blade master than the other guy.
It's Weapon Master, you stupid whale.
Joe, just because I buy from MMOOK doesn't mean I'm a whale. They're selling $20 million in gold just for $5. I know a deal when I see one. Trust me, I know about deals. I'm not like those guys from China who plays this class. If you want to fight about it, meet me in front of Moonlight Tavern at Channel 48.
Nobody's going to fucking town PvP with you. That shit's unbalanced as fuck. How about you meet me in the arena, and we'll see what your face will look like once I warp grab you into my standing combo.
Oh, boo-hoo. I'm not geared enough to enjoy real PvP, so I can only beat people up with all of my skills neutered.
Gentlemen, hold your cubes just a little while longer. We're almost done with Slayer. The last of the male Slayer is the enigmatic swordsman of death, Ghostblade.
All I can say about this guy is his third awakening art is goofy as hell.
Yep.
Look at his face. He looks like some edgy kid from the 2000s who just discovered Linkin Park.
The new one is better, at least. Mr. Ghostblade's ghost is the teacher of Moonlight Walker Yashin and Cassius, the Apostle. That's pretty baller.
Yeah, but all he and his boyfriend do is swing their swords together, tips touching, just stuff some magical paper charms inside his ass, then he'll be sent to the Shadow Realm where that soulbender guy lives. Low C tier.
It's kind of funny how this guy is more swordy than the other sword guys. Anyway, that is all for the male Slayers. To recap, we have Weapon Master at mid B, Soulbender at mid to high A, Berserker at mid to low C, Asura at mid to high B, and Ghostblade at low C. Surprisingly balanced for the poster boy.
Good. Fuck him.
What's next? I know everybody's got a new gender nowadays. Male knight?
Joe. It's female Slayer.
Yes. The Booberinos. My investments never fail.